everyone. I do apologise for being late, but I'm here. Just bear with me. I've got to change this to live chat. Been rushing around a bit this morning, so yeah, a few minutes late. So do apologise, but I am with you, and I have this lovely puzzle in front of me, and I'm going to do some more of it today. Make sure my iPad's turned down. So I'll see some hellos, and do let me know if you can see and hear me. Uh, right, we've got Winter, morning after to you. I hope you're doing well. Alice here, hello, hello. I know I'm gonna see you soon. I can't believe it's only 4 weeks till puzzle camp. Look, I'm wearing my puzzle camp merch today. I'm like just immersing myself in it. Clark's here, hello, Clark. Exactly 1 month, I know. Oh dear. No problem, Vicky will be here. Oh, thank you. Hi all from Hobart, Tasmania. Hello, Suze. How you doing? Hello, Scott. From rainy London. Oh, is it raining? The sun's come out here just now, we have had some rain. Hoping it gets warm again. Good day. Hello, Saga. Helen's here. Hello to you. Kimberly, hello to you. You're lurking from work, are you? As long as we have at least one work lurker, then we're doing good. Veroni, hello. And Val, hi to you. Scott, when I visited London, I realised why London Fog was one of the great boat brands. Great testing environment there, yeah. um, Morning from Colorado. Hello, Sybil. Hello, Anita. You can see and hear me. Oh, thank you, Saga. Thank you. That's very helpful. Thank you. And thank you, Anna. And thank you, Val. Okay, right. Let's me go through all the initial chats that I missed because I was late. Can't believe how fast the time passed. Can't wait to meet you too. I know. It's just still can't process that it's only next month. Like, uh, it's just, yeah. I'm so excited, but I'm just like, it's that whole ultimate event, and I hope it goes well. And, like, I'm sort of nervous for that, and oh, I don't know. I don't know. Puzzlers, problem solvers by nature, so anything goes wrong. We have a room full of the right people. There's nothing we can't figure out, right? What do you think? So I will confess, I'm actually a wee bit late because I was finishing my breakfast, which I ordered. And it was took a bit of time getting here, so I had to sort of scuff it down. But I do still have my coffee, so I am going to be sipping my coffee if you don't mind. I just didn't want to be munching on a roll, while I was talking to you. Hmm. It's sunny now. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Hello, Claire. How are you? All right. So we can talk some more about Puzzle Camp. We can talk about anything. But first, I just want to sort of introduce the puzzle. So last week I started this puzzle. Last week was week 1. And this is the Patchwork Rainbow by House of Puzzles. I'll get the poster because I actually have pieces in both of the box lids. So this is it. It is a gradient and it's like a patchwork quilt, and each patch has a pattern. Some of the patterns are repeated, but it largely goes through the rainbow from left to right. So you've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and then sort of purples at that end. So I've got it that way on my board. And last week I did the edge, which for a random cut puzzle, it's all interlocked. It's not one of those annoying edges that just sort of sit next to each other and move around a lot. I do have 2 missing, but it was a little bit tricky because there's a lot of false edges in this puzzle, and there's obviously some that I've not pulled out. So I did a phased sort, and I pulled out edges, I pulled out greens. Now I do believe I've got some others that I pulled out, did I? Yes, this one. This is like the blues. So I do still have something that I can jump over to once these are done. These are the remaining greens, and there's some sort of yellowish greens. I actually separated those after because there were specific little squares that I sort of knew which ones. So I separated them, but then left them there. And then I've got these. And then the remaining pieces, if I take those out, are in here. This is just everything else. I'll need to do another phase, and then continue on from there. But it's a very beautiful puzzle, very bright, fun to do so far. I like the pieces. Very crazy. Look at these sort of rounded ones, almost like whimsies. They're not, they're not a specific shape. Um, so yeah, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one, but it's a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to continuing with that today. Who else is here? It's Sunny now. Puzzle Puzzle addicted. Hello, how are you? Welcome to the chat. Okay, so I'll just get on with the green, shall I? I'm gonna have the poster nearby. I feel like I need it. I felt like green had the least sort of representation in this puzzle. So that's why I sort of homed in on it. And there's a lot of different shades of green as well, so um I can sort of pinpoint what's what. Now these pieces are this patch here and this patch here, which are similar. This one's a bit bigger. There's kind of four grey leaves around the edge, and they sort of go off the edge. This one's a bit smaller, and it has the four grey leaves, but they're sort of within the boundaries of the square or diamond. This one also looks a bit more yellow than that one. That's a bit more green. Now, I've got one here, which I've just got the beginnings of, so that will attach, and I've got one here, which will attach. So I'm going to attempt to try and get these in. I found one already. Look, there we go. And then I'll go over to these, and these are going to be like that one, and then a bit of this one, I think. And hopefully I can I can get rid of a lot of these. So that's how I'm going to start. I'm going to do these first. Hmm. Um. So look, there's a few pieces like this. They look like edge pieces when they're separate, but when you put them together, it actually creates a very slight angle, and you know it's not an edge. I'm hoping you can see that. Um. So that's yeah. It's a nice puzzle. It really is. So that one's there, sitting ready. This one I think goes up here because this one's more green. These are more yellow. That's a bit more green. And that's got orange next to it as well, whereas this one doesn't really. So let's see if I can figure this out. That's a bit more yellow. Uh, well, we've got the grey leaves too. It's a bit ripped on there. That's got a little bit of the neighbouring green on. So, oh wait, there's a green one up there. So I think that's going to go there. Maybe. And then, if we can find that one, where's that one? I think that's going to go up here. That one. Wait. No, that's not right. Uh, oh, I don't know if I've got that one. Ah, no. Ah, oh, there we go. That one goes in there. Um, I mean, I could have more in here that I've just not pulled out. That one goes down here. There we go. So, yeah, I'll just keep on putting in as many as I can. That one goes there. I have pieces just with even tiny amounts of green in, so I'm hoping that this is quite thorough. Um, there's another one. I'm looking for that, but I can't see it. Right. That's a funny shape. Oh, that's green. No, wait, that's more yellow. Ah, look us there. Wait, that is... Okay, I'm thinking maybe that floats. Yeah, I can't attach it yet. This one's quite yellow. I may not have even pulled it out. Pieces of this. Yeah. So I've got that one's up there. That one is a bit too green. Here we go. There, that attaches it. And that goes in there. Right, so this one's a little bit patchy. I think it's because it's got more yellows in. Um, these ones, oh, there we go. So there's that long kind of straight bit. And it fits up against that rounded bit. Oh, no. I'm sure that went there. Wait, do you go there? No. I think you go there, though. And there we are. Right, and then we've got the funny edges to go around this. Does that go there? No, it doesn't. And that doesn't. What is this? Well, it might go on the edge of this. Maybe. I think it does. It goes up here somewhere. Um, right. That's the middle. Nope. Okay. Yes, they're going in now. There we go. And this one, I'm not sure. I think it goes down here somewhere, but I've not got all of them, so I can't really do much about that. So that's these two. So now I need to do this one and this one. And oh, see, there's another one of those flowery ones up there. That actually might go there. It does. There we go. Um, so I've got this one to do and this one to do, and there'll be some of this. This one might actually be easier to pick out, like that. The pattern is a bit simpler to spot. That one. Uh, that one. That one. Right. If I can narrow down this pile, that's going to be good because it's quite big. Um, that one, I think. Possibly those. I'm just trying to see what is that on there. Oh, I think it's fish. Right, there's like little orange blobs on this green patch. It's like, what even is that? They're tiny. I think it's fish. Looks like fish. So the fishy one, that's the one I'm sort of picking out. Leaving for work now, we'll listen. Oh, right. Do you listen on your car stereo thing? Clark does that sometimes, don't you, Clark? You said it's funny just listening without seeing. Glad you can spot more easily how many times I say that goes there. I like saying that goes there. Right, see now that is really obvious. There we go. So I guess the weird shapes can help at times. Cat hair. There we go. Right, so this is something else. Oh, this is the twisty ones. It's just that there's little bits of red in the background, so That's what threw me. I thought that was like a detail on the puzzle. So we've got one here. So let's see if I can find any with a tiny bit of pink on. Oh, that goes there. Like that. There we go. It's a good start. That's got a little bit of blue on. I think it's that one. So the transitions are kind of the way to start, maybe? Yeah, because it's like there's like checkered pattern on this one. Um, and I feel like that is helping me out a bit. There we go. That's a darker blue, that blue there. So that's good. That gives me a good start. Then that one's got orange beside it, whereas this one up here doesn't. So these I'm still uncertain about. That's a lighter green again. Yeah, there's like nuances in this. That you don't necessarily spot at first. That goes no, it goes down here somewhere. So that one has a lighter green than that one. So that is another clue. Once you spot it, then your eyes become kind of attuned to it and you can spot them quicker. Uh, that might go up there. I think these go down here. Or possibly goes up there. And I think that one goes. So now wait a minute. Not sure about that one. We've got two together there. Um, that goes down here, I think. In fact, that sits in there. And there's that wavy one. Right. So that's that. And we've got more of these. Again, that's somewhere down here. And that one. That one. Oh, that's up here. That's part of this patch. There's a little bit of transition going on with those. There's another one. Ah, what is there? Right, so these are a bit different. Some goes in there. That. Yes. Yes. Another one here. I think that's it. I think that's it. Right, this pile's getting smaller. I just have to try and figure this out now. Hello, Rob. Good morning after you, Vicky and everyone. Work/lurking sadly. We're so happy to be here. Oh, we're happy that you are here. Oh, I went to, hang on, I went to a light blue puzzle piece. That's exciting. You went to a light blue puzzle piece? What do you mean? What do you mean? I thought you would do this faster now. You are a speed puzzling champion. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're so happy. Oh, I am so happy. Still. Can't believe it. So, I'll explain what Scott is talking about, just in case you don't know. So, up in Scotland now, we have more sort of social puzzling events going on. We're starting to discover each other, which is really great. And I'm loving finding other puzzles up here in Scotland. And I've been to Glasgow a couple of times to puzzle with them. And one of the ladies that puzzles is Susan. And Susan had, so we have competitions over here called Puzzle Guzzles. They're online speed puzzling competition, but they're more often than not sold out. They sell out very quickly. So anyway, there was one that still had some tickets left, and Susan decided to join, and it was it's called Dream Teams. Now I've never done a puzzle guzzle. I've just been too busy really, but anyway, it's called Dream Team. So basically, what that means is you can have. Come on, I know you're going there. You can have um a team of up to four, or you could have a team of three or a team of two, a pair, or you can do it solo. There's that sort of flexibility. And so Susan said to me, it was a while ago, it was quite a long time ago. She said, "Do you want to join me and make a team?" Because she just joined thinking, well, I'll do it solo if needs be. And I said, "Yeah, that sounds fun." So I mean, as I say, that was ages ago, so I kind of had forgotten about it. And then she messaged me and she was like, "Oh, we're doing it's this weekend, the 31st of May, so last Sunday." And so are you still up for it? And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, that sounds good." So Susan's in Edinburgh, whereas I'm in Stirling. So it's a short train ride, but we sort of decided it would probably be better to do it over through at Susan's because I've only got a little table for a 1,000 piece puzzle with a team of three. It was just going to be it was going to be a bit too tight, I think. Obviously, I've got in here, but the room with this table, the room becomes small. You can't really move. So, you remember how it was with Donna Louise, right? So, so anyway, Susan said, "Is there anyone else, that you can think of that might like to join?" And we remembered Kasia, um, who is occasionally in the chats. I don't know if she's here just now, but we remembered about Kasia and her friend Alex. They both went down to um, the Cardiff competition, and I never met them there, but I knew they'd gone, and I'd sort of got in touch with her through that. So I got in touch. I said, "Do you fancy it?" She said, "Yeah." So it was the three of us. So we made a team of three, and we built this puzzle. It was a trefoil puzzle called, I think, Midnight in Paris. I think it was called. And sorry, I'm just concentrating for a wee minute on these pieces because what they actually go over here, but there's like a turquoise background which have ended up in my green pile. So they attach to that edge there. I don't seem to have that one. And then there's another one here, but the flower is a little bit bigger. The flower's pink. So I believe these might just end up floating. Yeah, see that goes down here. Then that, I think, will go. Wait, does that go next to it? No, that will go there. And that one will go somewhere around there. So that's a bit bitty. I've not obviously not pulled all of those out. And then the other bits of green are here. Right. Okay, so they are here. So you see these red ones? There's like a green background. It's quite small on that camera. There you go, I'll pull it up. There. So you see there and there. It's like a green background. And that is what these pieces are. Not this one, I don't think. Or maybe it is actually. Yeah, no, it is. Um, so I'll move these over here. I'll try and put together what I can, but again, I think I'm gonna have a few missing. Um, because technically they should go in the red area. So yeah, so we made the team of three. We got this trefoil puzzle. It was a vertical one, a portrait orientation, but it was good. We like separated our various bits out. We just sort of got on with it. We worked really well together, and we were the fastest team of three. Um, like I just found that out like yesterday, because it took a couple of days for the results to come out. And yeah, they did, and we were at the top of the teams of three leaderboard, and I was like, "Wow, I've never come first in a competition before." Not a speed puzzling one, anyway. So yeah, I was chuffed to bits. I was chuffed to bits. So, a super, super, super well done to us girls. If you watch this later, Susan, or if Cassia, you watch it later, you did brill. We all did brill. And just thank you, Susan, for inviting me to do it. It was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and it's just so great. I mean, really, the triumph for me is that there are more puzzlers in Scotland, and I'm starting to know who you are and where you are, and we can puzzle together, and it's really nice, you know. So yes, very very chuffed about that. Nice wee surprise. Um, and actually don't. I mean, I'm pretty close to Edinburgh, but I actually don't go through there very often. So it's nice to go through. Um, to this lovely city that's so close to me that I never really visit. And I've been twice in fairly rapid succession recently because of going with Donna Louise too. So yeah. And yeah, I know you would have thunk, wouldn't you? But I've not got my teammates, so maybe that's my kryptonite, solo puzzling. um, I thought, no, I've read that puzzle piece in YouTube. Age of membership. Oh, I see. Right, I've got you. I've got you. Went to a blue puzzle. Ah, yes, light blue. Sorry, brain not braining like ever. Age of membership was slightly less new now. Oh, do you know when people join, like even when they are sort of fairly new, it just does not take long before you feel like you've been around for ages. You know what I mean? Like I always feel like that. Like it just feels like you've been here forever. Oh, oh, great. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, like I said, that's a bit of a non-starter there. I've got a few bits together, but because that's kind of technically in the red bit, that's not going to have many pieces pulled out. Hi, Thomas. How are you? Not that one. What am I looking for? This one. I'm moving over to the blues, folks. Moving over to the blues. So these are the blues. I've tried to avoid pulling out purple. So I know I've got a few of these with the white flowers. I know I've got some of this. It's quite red, but there's like blue lines. I know I've got some of these. It's like tartan. Um, but like the more, it's sometimes the blues are very close to the purples. So, but I've tried to avoid pulling out purples. I really would like to try and get this line here together. So I'm going to just get the pieces out, spread them out, see what jumps out at me, and just take it from there. And maybe that some that I can start building out from these would be a good place to start. We'll just go from there. Um, so yeah, so okay, let's talk about Puzzle Camp, shall we? Especially now Thomas is here. You booked your train, right, Thomas? The joys of train travel in the UK. No, it should be fine. Hopefully, it should be fine. Have you got a reserved seat, Thomas? That's the key. Um, and I know you've booked your train too, but like, thankfully, you've got a direct service. I know whenever I go anywhere, it's never direct. There's always two or three changes, but if you're coming up from London, it kind of makes sense. So, yeah. Oh, gosh, I'm so excited. Right, there's a bit of the pink uh, flower thing there. I've got another one there. Um, there. So maybe I might be able to find a couple of these gaps in here. There's another one. There's there's another one of those sneaky edge duos. So I guess there'll be a few of them I can expect. Right, I'm going to start separating these because these are very obvious, these red and blues. And I'm going to start separating these white flowers because they're also very obvious. The only problem is there's three of them. So I may not get to them immediately, but it's good to have them separate. So yeah, we were going to talk about Puzzle Camp. Right, so basically, as you know, I've got a lot going on. Just had the Diddley Squat Farm trip. I've been um doing some content for that. Um, I've done a video in downtown. I really don't believe I will get another one done before Puzzle Camp now. I had hoped to, but I just don't think that's going to happen now. Um, but so I've done that. Try my best to get through the Disney Museum. What I don't want to do is rush these projects, but it would be nice if they were off my mind in a way. When Puzzle Camp rolls around, And no, that does not do there. Where do you go? Ah, you go there. Um, so it's been a bit of a juggle, but I've been more focused on it, and I've been doing a little chunk of sorting each day. So phase two's coming along well, and that one I'm not sure. That one I think is a bit more purple. So you're right. I've separated these out a bit now. Um, so I'll try and sort of micro sort as I go along here. Now then, that belong there. That's there. Any transition pieces I'm seeing, I'm just shoving them in. So the sorting's chipping along. That's ongoing, but it's chipping along. Like I've got a bit of a routine with it, and so that's fine. Um, the it's some of the it's the tech. I'm having a bit of a um song and dance with. I'm trying to figure out what tech I need. And this is tech that, I've never really needed in any other scenario. And I'm talking about for the cameras, for the time lapse, all of that stuff. And it's I've sort of come to a point now where I know what I need, but it's hard to find it because a lot of the stuff I need seems to be more on a commercial level. Um, and the main reason for that, sorry, I hope you don't mind this boring tech conversation. Um, the main reason for that is because the puzzle is so wide. And for a puzzle that wide, to get an overhead shot of it and fit the full width in, you need a certain amount of height for the cameras, and stands don't necessarily go that high. They tend to stop at like I think these go with this actually. They tend to stop at like, 3 meters when I need 4 meters kind of thing. And it's just like, I'm just like, oh, where can I find these? And then, so I keep running up against wee snags with that. I'm getting closer. Um, but I really hope to get that sorted soon. Sure, we're on the ball with like things like foam boards and cardboards and stuff. Um, And then, oh gosh, what else? There's so much. So much. And like now I'm starting to think, what's the first day gonna look like? Everybody turns up. I don't really have an idea of what time yet and stuff like that. So I definitely need to have a chat with Sam fairly soon. Um, and just discuss a bit more the details, things that were once vague that now can no longer be vague. Right, this one is a funny looking one that goes yeah, there. I knew I had some pieces already. That one. I think that's the only one that's that pattern, and that's this one. Um, so yeah, I mean, chats need to be had, finalizing needs to be done. Um, the accommodate. Actually, I'll say this now. I mean, it's not an official announcement on a live stream. I've actually put posts up about it, so hopefully everybody's seen those. But the rooms I had on hold at the hotel, um, the hold is now lifted. And they did tell me that at the start. They said 28 days before we'll lift the hold. Um, so from my understanding, you can still book and you can still use the quote puzzle camp for the fixed price, but whether there'll be a room free is a bit more potluck because they're not being held for puzzle camp anymore, if that makes sense. It is busy season, so I guess it's taking a risk. If anybody is planning on coming, but they still don't know yet, or it's maybe a little last minute, might be time to think about that just in case the accommodation disappears. Um, there are other hotels in Stirling, as a Premier Inn. There's other places. But if you want to ask me anything about that, or if anybody's thinking of coming but they still don't know, or they're not sure what other hotels there are, or whatever the scenario, please do email me. Victoria_Clifford at outlook.com. Email me and ask, and I will endeavour to help in any way that I can. Um, it's central, the location, so you can stay in other hotels and you won't be far away. Um, but yeah, like it's nitty-gritty stuff now, and it's just so exciting. I'm getting butterflies just talking about it. Right, there's a lot of pieces here. They're all spread out. But there is an order to them. There's a method to the chaos. That one goes up there. That one. Now then, where are you? There, there. That's just gonna have to sort of sit there. And I'm gonna put these over here. They can go up there. Right. No, that one can go here. Right. Okay. That's all the glues out, all spread out. I'm gonna do this one first, I think, because it's the only one like it, and there's a lot less pieces. So I think narrowing down is the key for now. It's sort of like a geometric flower. That's the best way I can describe it. Puzzle camp 1 month away. I know. Will you sing the blues while puzzling the blues? I really don't think you want me to sing. Any more live sorts coming our way? Yeah, do one. Yeah, really. Because it's just doing a job that I'm already going to be doing, if you see what I mean. So yeah, absolutely, I can. I've got phase 2 to finish, but I am powering through that now. It might be quite good to start phase 3 on a live, perhaps. I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm happy to do that if you're happy to watch them. Hi, Linda. How are you? Wave. There you go. Was addicted. Wish I could be there. Sounds like a great time. I know. Wish everybody could be here. I really do think we're going to have a lot of fun. We'll watch for videos. Yeah, yeah. I'll try and get out as many updates and things as I can. As I say, I'm still working out all the tech to try and get live streams and stuff going. Um, and I definitely need to have a chat with Sam about it because some of the tech required yeah, it's expensive. But we do have a good budget. Like everybody's been so generous with the donations, so I can only thank you all so much for that. And a lot of stuff's been purchased. Um, but it's just trying to figure out what's an absolute necessity at this point. Use the budget for that, and then whatever's left we can get a little bit. I've started working on the swag bags. I'm excited about the swag bags. Not gonna be like It's not gonna be like masses of swag. Um, but they're gonna be quite nice wee things, I think. Be nice wee things to give to you when you arrive. Um, that's been a fun part of it, sorting out the swag bags. Uh, Hi Linda. Name tells me that you are also in Sweden. Where in Sweden are you? I'm in Kolsava. Have I said that right? Hello, how's it? How's the sorting going? Yeah, you're working on that 3K, right? Hmm. I have been keeping up with some of the Discord, but I've not necessarily always been responding. Sometimes I've just had to leave an emoji or something. I've not had masses of time, but I'm vaguely aware of what people are doing. So yeah, let us know. Let us know how that's going. Right. Okay, so that's the middle of it, of the geometric flower. Uh, that goes there. Trying to kind of work out from the middle because it's a circle in the middle, so that makes that a bit more obvious. Where's that? Do I have that? Feel like I should have you. Do I have you? Yes, I do. Ah, I think that maybe sits there. Yes. Do you go there? No. Ah, no, but you go there. That's possible that sits there. Ah, wait a minute. That goes there. Yeah, that sits there. So there's a big flat piece there. Have I got it out? Wait, I think that might go in here. Yes, it does. I'm pretty sure this does too, but I can't see. Ah, that goes there. Right. Might be that I have the missing bits in neighbouring pieces. Because there's a lot of transitions, obviously. Just looking to see. Ah, no, that's one of these. There. This one is next to one of these big blue flowers. This one. So, yeah, I can see where it sits. Right. That sits in there. And that. Oh, put it on top of another piece. Goes. Oh, it attaches to the edge. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Good. So, that sits there. That piece is bugging me a little. Well, it doesn't look like I've got it out. So I'm wondering then if these two look very similar. I can't see much of a difference with these two. Wondering if I should maybe fill this one out. I've got these pieces here and just do my best with it. utilizing the shape and trying to sort of build off these ones, if that makes sense. Well, someone's at the door. Give me a second. Nobody else is in to answer it. Be right back. Right. Oh, I found the missing bit. Literally, I just walked past the box of pieces and saw it sitting on the top. There, it goes in there. That was lucky. No puzzle mail. Sorry, if that disappoints you. It was my son. It was Jasper. Um, right, so I'm just catching up with things. Hey, Clark, sorting's done. Trying to put the edges together. Oh, good. Well done. Well done. Hi, Anita. I'm in Trondhattan. Do you know what? I'm only going to butcher the pronunciation of these, so I'm just going to avoid trying. But that's cool. Got a couple of Swedes in. Guston, I think he's from Sweden as well. Although I don't know if he's here just now. Yeah, I was looking to find a direct train to Stirling. My ticket says coach/seat B32. So I suppose I do have a reserve seat. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully the reserve seats for the people coming with you, they'll be next to you. You always say that trains in the UK can be difficult. Uh, you can just go and grab something if you want. No. You know, excuse me one second, in the cupboard where the napkins are, on the top shelf, there's a card. Use that. Oh my goodness. Right. Happens all at once. Um, right. Just give me 1 second. Sorry. I need to talk to Jasper. He's hungry. Oh, Jasper, I don't know if that's going to work. Um, Sorry, my bad. Um, you always say that trains in the UK can be difficult. My only experience was when I visited London about 10 years ago. Well, okay, so sometimes they're fine. And honestly, every train ride I've been on, I've it's been okay. What can happen often is that, if they get delayed and you miss a connection. However, one thing I've learned is that if there's a delay and you miss a connection, it's the train company's fault. So you can use your ticket to use an alternative service, and that's fine. Um, Sometimes other trains are cancelled, so then your train might end up being busy. That's happened to me a few times, but by and large, my all my trains have connected and been okay. Um, a lot. There was some issues when I went down to Diddley Squat Farm because it was so hot. We had a like a heat wave here, and the heat affects the rails that the trains are on. So that caused a bit of a few problems. But again, I actually came out the better for it because delays on the trains meant I was able to get earlier trains instead of the later one. So I was waiting around less. Um, so it swings and roundabouts really. Um, but yeah, it's a little bit hit and miss. I don't think there's going to be a heat wave. I don't know. I hope there isn't going to be a heat wave. It tends to be cooler up here. I will say that. Uh, Linda, can I just say that I love that you are from a place named for trolls? I love trolls, not the online type, the traditional type, yes. We knew what you meant, Rob. My accommodation was a bit outside London, so I had to take the train into the city every day. But I don't remember having any issues. Is there anything particular I should expect this time? Yeah, really, just what I've described. So, trains into London. That you've got London has an extensive underground system, and they run like clockwork. I mean, I went to London this year, and it was great. Um, they're fairly easy to navigate. So it's a bit of a different animal, really, London Underground to the long distance trains. Um, but it's really just if your train's delayed and you miss. But I mean, you don't have connection worries because you're direct. So once you're on your train and in your seat, you'll be fine. What I would say is, um, try and get on as quick as you can in order to have somewhere to put your luggage. There is like overhead storage, which small cases can go on, but if you've got like a big case, sometimes there's minimal luggage racks. But um, guys that work on the trains, they do help as much as they can. So yeah, it's wee things like that. Doing pretty fine. Good, I'm glad. Agree, it's a cool name for a city. They say the trolls live in live in the river. Ah, I'm going very slowly with the 3K. I will try, but I will also get another one to see if it'll be easier or at least more fun. Are you not? Well, I have to say that I was going to say, are you not having fun with it? But if all you've really done is sorted, that's not really the fun part of a puzzle. So I'm sure it will get more fun once you get going. Um, but you know what? It doesn't matter how fast you do them. Just enjoy. That's the main thing. That's what I always say about big puzzles. As long as you enjoy it, speed it really does not matter. So yeah, the three seats are. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's good. So you'll be next to each other. Find a spot for your case. Sit in your seat, and you'll be fine. Just got home from the vet. Cookie got spayed. I think she's mad at me now. Oh, she'll be fine. She'll be fine. I remember when I sent Grace to get spayed and found out that she was a he. Oh, good times. What up, Steve? Karen, how are you? Looking from work. I think you would be a bit grumpy too. Yeah, I reckon. I'm better with a heat wave than with rainy weather. Yeah, true, true. Thank you, Vicky, for all the tips regarding the trains. What I don't want to do is sound doom and gloom about it. Often they do run fine, so hopefully you'll be all right. Um, but it'll work out. It'll work out, and just get in touch if there's anything I can do to help. Um, well, I'm in Discord, but I've got my email and stuff, so just get in touch if you need anything. I'll do my best to help you. I'm checking a bit of Discord while I watch. Hi, Sandra, by the way. Finally found what the new Dean McAdam puzzle is. And it's another fairy tale one. Oh, is it? Do you know what? I've not really looked at the wait, what are they? They're the Canadian Nationals ones, right? Did Dean McAdam not do a one for the Canadian Nationals? I haven't really looked at that. Hang on. Hang on a minute. Where do you go? No, wait, that's not right. Here. Do you go here? I don't know about that one. It's got a little bit of green on the edge of it, but I'm not sure if it goes in this one or in this one. I'll try and figure it out from these pointy bits on the inside. That's it. That actually helps. I'm too busy getting all excited about puzzle camp, and I'm completely putting myself off my puzzling. That's a little tiny weeny one that I can't see. That's a fairly big one there. That goes in there. And nope. Right. Okay, so I will wait a minute. Yay, that one goes there. Right, so I'm going to try now and do this one. And again, I'll just try and use these center bits. They seem to be the most obvious to me at the moment. Right, really? You don't go there? Apparently not. Apparently not. No, you do. They are very similar shapes. You go in there. Right. Oh, right. Okay. The cut is the same on the right as on the left, but flipped. So that piece is the same as that piece. That's the same as that. That's the same as that. I only noticed because I'm doing the patch that's in the middle. And I've got similar shaped pieces that almost went in the wrong place. Interesting. That could help. See, now I've got it again, look. Those were in the wrong place. That one fit there fine, but that one didn't fit there fine, so I swapped them round. Did you notice that, Clark? So they're pretty good. Pretty good. And then I'm going to move on to this one here, which is these pieces, which is this. It's like flowery. Flowers and leaves and things. It's actually quite green, this one. There. Hmm. He's getting a bit cold. Um, Pinocchio. Oh, right. Is that the Dean McAdam one? Yes, Clark. Can't wait. I also love the Fun Jobs series, but the fact that so far they've been animal related helps. Yeah. Vicky going for the connection. Yes. Hmm. Oh dear. I wish I had a car so I can, help get people here. I mean, obviously I'm not driving down to London, but still, if I had a car, I could help out a bit for nearby places. Um, excuse me. But oh, I cannot wait to meet you all. I really can't. It's going to be so much fun. Now then, is there another one like that? Oh, there is at the very top here. It's a slightly smaller. So because it's only a partial because it's up at the edge. Uh, now then, where do you go? You go there. Oh, and you go in there. Right. So I'm starting to run out of ones here. That doesn't go in there. I don't think that does either. So these must go up here. There's still a few missing though. Unless I've got some transition pieces in one of the other piles. So now, like that, for example, there, that goes in there. So that's my two together bit. There. Just pulling these down. Because there was quite a few pieces, they've all got a bit jumbled. That goes in there. Right. Coffee done. Okay, now I can really get serious. So what I have here are these. That one, and that one. There's one down here, but there's only about 3 pieces in it. I might aim to fill those in first or early on, just so I can not worry about this one. That's an obvious wee shape there. They're not quite as obvious. No, that's not it. That one maybe. Nope. There. Alright, and that's just a standard shape. There. So that one's filled in. So don't have to worry about that. So we're just looking for that one and that one here and here. So that's what I'm moving on to next. Okay, so there's one or two transitions in here I might be able to spot. Like that, for example. And that. That one. Transition there. Alright, these go here. These ones. And that, they're transitions. So, shift those out the way a bit. There's another one. Can't seem to get any of them together, but anyway, they go up there. Right, I think it's just going to be a case of just looking at the patterns, trying to figure out what's what. Because the colours are very similar. I'm not seeing massive amounts of distinction here. There. Trying to think what else. What else can I tell you about Puzzle Camp? Um, does anybody have any questions that I could possibly answer? Is there anyone in the chat at the moment? And I'm aware there might not be. Oh wait, I've tried that one. But does anyone happen to be in the chat? They're intending on coming, but still don't know when. Right, they go there. I've got the funny shaped ones beside each other. I think that is there anyway. Um, oh no, I've ground to a halt. That goes in there. That's a funny shaped one. There. There we go. Okay. Um, gone into the zone, folks. Gone into the zone. Eh, nope. Yes. Right, so that's a funny shaped one. There we go. And I've not got that many pieces left, and I've still got to fill in this one. So maybe I'll just get rid of a few up here. Um, right. I think that must go here. I'm just not entirely sure where yet. I'm just going to put that there in readiness. There we go. That one goes in there. Okay, right. So now I can see where they go now. All right, it's just got to go down here somewhere. Ah, goes in there. And then this one fits in there. These are my transitions. I think that goes there. But I don't have anything to be able to attach it. I may have some of these up here. Oh, I've got that one there. And that one there. Yeah, okay, well, let's just do this one then, because that one's, again, that's one of a kind, that one. So I'll just give it a go. Okay, well, that went well. There. Yay! Well, I've clearly got a couple missing here. Right, let me look at the chat, see if anybody's got any questions. Um, nobody said anything else. Okay, no worries, that's fine. Right, I'll just do my best with this. Yeah, they're not really going in, are they? I've got a few. I must have left some in the box because there's quite a lot of red in them. Middle coming along nicely. Yeah, absolutely. Saga. Vicky, I will come to Puzzle Camp 27 if it exists, and I know about it early enough. Okay, well, that's good to know. Jury's still out on a 2027 Puzzle Camp. A lot depends on how this one goes. I have Scottish jeans, so it's on the list for travel. Oh, yay! That's cool. That is very cool. All right. Oh gosh, now these ones that I've actually been avoiding. Um, there's three of them. Um, I've got one that sits here, one that goes up here. So that was a transition there that made that pretty obvious. There's another one there, and there's another one there. There ought to be some more actually. That goes up there. That's got dislodged. Let's see if I can see any more of these transitions. There's one. Right, and there we've got a funny shaped piece. I wonder if I can find its neighbour. There it is. Again, should be able to find the other neighbours too, because they've all got wavy sides. Now then, do you go in here? She said. She said, hopefully. Right, I'm pulling out wavy side ones just so I can try and. Right, so see that goes in there. There's a wavy one. There, that fits in there. I don't see that piece. Well, it's got like 3 or 4 transitions in that piece because it kind of is on a corner. Um, there's a wavy side one. Looks a bit wobbly too. I might need to try and focus on the actual sort of flowers, the actual image. Sometimes I find it hard to see shape and image at the same time. And if that makes sense, because obviously I'm seeing the image, but I have to sort of adjust my brain focus if I want to move over to looking at shapes from image, you know. Um, so I'm thinking, some of these flowers, if I can just focus on the actual flowers themselves rather than um, the shapes, which up till now I've been relying on a bit, that might help me keep going. You go. Do you go there? I think you do. Oh, yes. I think you do. Yes. There we go. It's just a case of figuring out where this one sits. And remember that there's another one there. So that's only got one big flower in it, and it's got 2 little leaves sticking out there. So there's one with a big kind of leaf in the middle of it. Or petal, I should say. It's not that one. I should have it. It's not that one though. There, it's that one. And then there's a tiny weeny one there. Oh, ah, yeah, there it is. That's actually got transition on it. But the colour's very similar, so it's not always easy to spot the transition. It goes there. That's you. All right, well, this one's coming together nicely. Not to peak too soon or anything, but that one's coming together nicely. And this really is the only kind of flower in this one. So this has got to go up here. That's a big flower. Again, see there, big flower with some tiny bits at the side. Then these are smaller ones. So I guess that's how I distinguish them. Also, I don't have anything to attach this to, so it's not really coming together as quickly. Let's see if I can finish this one off. And then at least it's narrowed down enough. I know the rest are going to belong to a different one. Nope. Nope. No, it's not going to be that. I think that's going to be a funny shaped one. I can't see any more funny shapes though. Well, that's a funny shape. I was hoping to get some more of these in. There, that one sits in there. So that's got the purple one at the side, purple and red. And then that has just got a lot of the blue leaves. That goes in there. So yeah, this is starting to come. Nope. 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 Right, it's got a little bit of white on the tip. Is it you? No, it's not you. There. Goodness me. Took a while to find that. Okay, I'm not sure about the rest of them. I'm thinking I might just try and build this as a floaty flower. A floaty flower. Right, so that's gonna go that way, I think. And it sits around here somewhere. Nope. Ah. No. Right, hang on. Well, that's a fairly big flower there. That's gonna go here somewhere. Right, hang on. Where do you belong? Nope. Ah. Wrong way around. There we go. One goes there. Okay. Thank goodness for that. Right. Where do you go? You're a funny shape, so you should be obvious. Peace. Of course, it might go there. Yeah, it looks like it does. I'm hopeful that doing all this will make a second phase of sorting easier. You know, like I'll be able to spot things a bit more easily. Look at that. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yay. Okay, that's good. Ah, it goes in there. Still finding ones up there then. That's good. I was a bit worried I might not. Right, you've got to go in somewhere. Oh, now then, hang on. That's got, yeah, that goes up here, there. Okay, got a bit of a transition. And that is floating. Phew, right. Okay, that's all the blues I had so far. Look at that. Nice chunk coming together in the middle. What do you think? Um, my biggest concern at the moment is trying to decide what and how much to pack. I want my bags as light as possible for the train changes, but 15 days needs a lot of clothes. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I know. Um, I suppose it's going to be warm, I would say, for the most part. So maybe lots of t-shirts and I don't know. It's hard to say. I find it hard enough packing for me, let alone other people. But I do know what you mean. I'd love to come to one if it were in the winter months. Oh, really? Why the winter months? Just out of curiosity. I put a secure zone blanket on the sofa and put her there for her to relax, hopefully. She looks like she wants to eat but can't really. At least she did drink a bit of water. Yeah, it'll take a little bit of time. She'll be groggy too, I bet. I think it's coming together well. Thank you. Nice going. Thank you. They bounce back sort of surprisingly quickly from things like that. I mean, I was surprised Grace did as well. Um, all right. What I think I might do here is get a small piece of foam board and do another phase of sorting on that. Um, so that let's see, I'm finding random bits now. So that I'm not in pieces on top of what I've already built. Kind of bugs me when I have to do that. There's another. I'm shuffling. I'm shuffling. That one goes there. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And I'm wondering about getting, I don't know, perhaps yellow pieces with yellow. Might be a bit more here, there, and everywhere. Gap fillers would be good, like that, for example. And maybe like for things like this, where I've already got a few pieces out, but I can't attach them yet. Finding one or two of these. Oh, now that's a transition piece. Where do you go then? There. That was just these sitting on the side. Um, yeah. I'm just gonna just see what happens, I think. Sometimes I just don't know until I start sifting through them. These ones are jumping out. These ones here, that one. And then these. So the purples are starting to kind of jump out. I don't know why. For some reason, I'm avoiding red. That's this one. Gap filler there. Yeah, these ones definitely jumping out, so I'll be picking those out. This pattern, this purple with flowers pattern is jumping out too. There's another one of those red and blues. See, now these are one of the red ones that are jumping out, and it's because there's white in them. So it couldn't hurt to maybe get some of the reds out. I've been sort of avoiding them, but I'm gonna have to get to them eventually. So if I've already got some in, that might help. I'm liking the yellows, like actual yellows, not very bright oranges. It's more of an orange, I guess. Hmm. Don't know about that one. Oh, that goes there. Okay, I'm shuffling, aren't I? I'm supposed to be doing a face sort and I'm shuffling. I can't help myself. There's a transition. Oh, clang. Walloping my watch off the table. I don't need loads and loads of piles, just enough to be getting on with. There we go, there's another bit of that. Got some yellow. What's that pattern? I'm running out of space to place these pieces, though. I've got a lot of space this side, I guess. Hmm. Hmm. The ones this side, I'm putting in my own way a bit. Right, that goes there. So I'm finding some gaps, which is good. That's the transition. Nope. There, it goes there. So these ones actually go a bit further up here. If I could get that filled in, that would be good. Another transition there. It's got a little bit of the flower in. Wait, where do you go? Where do you go? There? There. A bit confused by that one. Oh, there's a nice transition piece there. Gap filler. Yellow. What's the transition? Is that that one? No. No. Right, there's... Ah, it goes... No, it doesn't. It's that one, I think. Is it? Maybe not. No, it's that one. Ah, there's three of those. Gosh. Right. That's one of those. That's one of those. Might have to do small piles rather than keeping them spread out because I am running out of space. All right, I appear to be shuffling. Sorry, I didn't bother with the board. I'm just shuffling. Um, and I'm just finding patterns that jump out. Some gap fillers. And that's it, really. No more sort of strategic than that. That's some of that green background. That's some of this turquoisey, whatever you want to call it, background. There's going to be quite a lot of these because there's like 3 of them, I think. Yeah, that light purple. The one there. So it might not be quite as accurate as I'd like to be on those ones. Finding quite a few of these pink flowers, so that's good. Yellow. I'll shuffle as thoroughly as I possibly can. It's about all I can. It's about all I can promise. It's funny how I resort to shuffling as a default. It's how I've always puzzled. You know, from being little Vicky. Now then, that's you there. That one. That one. Hello, Griffin Dog. How are you? Member for 10 months. Yay, thank you. I love seeing everybody's milestones. Don't expect me to look smart. It's a bow tie affair. In fact, if you could wear a top hat and tails, that would be perfect. Imagine puzzling with a top hat on. I am not expecting anything from anybody's clothing choices. Just wear what you are comfortable wearing. Seriously. Maybe not big baggy sleeves. We don't want pieces flying off. It's more of a practical thing, though. Could you define warm, Vicky? I realise that this word is used for temperatures from 15 to 40 Celsius, depending on the person using it. For me, warm starts at 25 plus. Anything below is chilly or cold. Right, so for the people of the UK, I would say hot is like 20 degrees C plus. That's hot. If you're at like 17, that's still warm to me. A lot depends though on whether or not it's windy. If there's a breeze, it can feel cold. But I'd say we have a slightly lower scale of hot because it just doesn't get up to 40 degrees here generally. When we had the heat wave last week and I went down to Diddley Squat, we were getting 30, 32 degrees, and that was hardly bearable. That was in England. Scotland was a little cooler. Does that help? It's too hot here right now, 20 degrees. The best we've had 25 as well. I'm a cozy up when it's cold kind of girl. Yeah. That's funny, Anna. 25 degrees is more than warm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would say your threshold's quite high then. I hate the heat. Oh, she's finally eating. Oh, good. Don't forget to like. We'll be watching. Sorry if I fall asleep. Thank you. Thanks, Gryffindor. Thanks for the reminder. Good that she's eating. Yeah, definitely. Anita, exactly what I was thinking. Depending on where you live, warm means different temperatures. In here, are 27 Celsius now, and it's a pleasant temperature for me. Right, okay. So I would say the temperatures you're going to get here might feel cold to you then. But during the heat wave, I mean, we do get up to 30 during very, very, very hot times, but that's really hot for us, I would say. Would you agree with that, Thomas? Um, Now it's winter. I'm laying in bed trying to keep warm. Yeah, of course. Well, you're on the other side of the world, aren't you? I need Puzzle Nerd Jim's top hat. Yeah, see, that'd be perfect. Anna, I bet you have AC then. I saw that Puzzle Me This John is trying to get to Puzzle Camp. Yeah, he is. Oh, I know. I meant to talk about that actually. Thanks for bringing that up. He just brought out his June update, his monthly update on the live puzzle, and almost immediately starts talking about Puzzle Camp. And it made me smile because he's like, "Oh, this is my monthly update." Anyway, Puzzle Camp. He just starts talking about Puzzle Camp, and he really is trying. Yeah, it sounds as though he's just trying to kind of get through the admin bit to try and get a passport for his wife, I think. And if they can get it in time, I think they'll try and come. I really hope they do. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Touch wood. But I just hope he can get accommodation though. So I should expect temperatures around 15 to 20. Yes, but potentially warmer. I'd say that's about average though. I hate the heat. I'm so lucky to have been born this far north. This far north? Damn. Do you classify it as north? Is it not the middle? Maybe this is a maybe this is a contentious conversation. I don't know. Let me know, Thomas. Same, Thomas. So, I do have AC, but I only use it when the temperature outside goes above 35. Right, okay. Okay. Now, I mean, so saying this, one of the trains, oh, sorry, this is another train gripe. One of the trains I was on going down to Diddley Squat, um, it like the aircon on it had broken, and it was like you stood there doing nothing and you were sweating. That was, yeah. But I mean, you're only going to be traveling on the one day on the train, so I guess it's more important to think about the day to day. I mean, with respect to Southern Europe. Oh, I see what you mean, right? I thought you were talking in context of the UK. I get you. I get you. Um, yeah, it's here I would say. Um, I mean, like it was 17 here not that long ago, and I was wearing shorts, no sleeves, Um, and it was nice. It was pleasant. If there's a wee breeze, that's even better. Helps cool you down. Um, but you're right. Yeah, I never really thought of that. I suppose different people's opinions on what's warm is it depends on where in the world you are, I guess. It was definitely warmer in England than here. But I found it pleasant here at about 17, and then when it went higher, sort of up to 20 and whatnot, then yeah, then the fans come out, and you trying to stay cool. That's yellow. Another yellow. Well, I'm finding pieces, so that's good. Um, Getting a few transitions as well. Uh, I know I'm doing a shuffle, but I at least want to make sure it's a thorough shuffle. Does that make sense? Guess I just couldn't be bothered getting up to get a foam board. And how lazy am I? Uh, maybe I should get some of these out too. These are they're like zigzag lines, these ones. And I am spotting a few of them. Um, so this is going to be a relatively thorough second phase. Like I'll get quite a few out, it's looking like. No, wait a minute. There. That goes up there. I don't know if I can put any of these together. No, I've got one or two. That one. Does that go there? Yes. Oh, good. That attaches. That's good. Wait, that goes down there. Now then, I think that's going to sit there. That goes in there. Ha! That one goes in there. Love it. Love it. It's very satisfying to do. A few gaps, but that's good. And it means I've got that attached too, which is even better. Right, these are those lines. That's a bit of that one. That's the purple. That's that one. I'm actually like I'm so looking forward to doing the puzzle. Like, and I know that sounds kind of obvious. The 42,000 piece. I think the build up, having done a lot of the sorting and studied the image a fair bit, um, I'm so eager to start putting it together. It's not. I mean, I'm excited about a lot of aspects of the whole event, but that is another thing. I really can't wait to start building the puzzle. It's going to be a challenge, certainly, but I really do think it's going to be a lot of fun. Getting a little bit of a pile up here, but I've not got a lot of space there, so we'll see what happens. It's a transition. Oh, that's one of these zigzaggy lines. Now then, where do you go? There you go. There. Green background. That's this bright background. And where you go there. Um, one there. Right. One's there. Getting thirsty. I never brought my water through. Just came running in with my coffee. Let's bit of that one. I know this pile's gonna be bigger because there's 3 lots of that. Maybe I can put a few more of these in now. I've got a few more pieces sorted. There we are. And there we are. Okay, that's gonna go up here, I think. There. Wait, that goes in there. That sits there. Right, and then that sits there. That does it? Yeah, it does. Yeah, that sits there. That attaches there. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. One goes in there. That one sits in there. Ah, there we go. Okay, that's good. A little bit of puzzling as I shuffle here. Puzzle shuffle hybrid. Put that in that one. Some of the transitions have bits of patches. It's hard to know which pile to put them in. Right, that one. So I'm starting to get these yellow flowers. Part of the reason I've been pulling these yellows out. I might actually be able to start moving this way as well. So far, I've just been more drawn to these colours on that side. Oh, perfect. There we go. That one deserved a triumph tap. No, then. No, that's not it. I thought that was a gap filler, but it's not. Oh, I'm enjoying the challenge level of this. It's not too easy, but it's not, I'm not grinding to a halt either. Like it's a nice level of challenge. This this bottle box is the word that meant to come out. This box is not really suitable for shuffling, but nevertheless I'm doing it. It's sort of too small. Hmm. Not about that one. That one. Oh, it fell off. Never mind. Never mind. That goes in there. I mean, it doesn't matter if I sort more than I can do this week, because then at least it gives me a start for next week, and I'm not starting off with sorts every time, It was nice to actually have something to build first. So in a way, this is good going into next week. I just need to maybe grab some trays and keep them separate. And actually, speaking of trays, Purple Cat was extremely generous and sent me some new trays, some of the same brand as the ones I've got, the big colourful ones, which Sandra got me the first batch of. Um, and I'm so grateful to her because they really are very useful. Um, I think it was kind of a channel birthday gift because my channel turned 5 recently, so um, yeah, so that was really good of her. But I might get some of those out the box. I've sort of taken them out the parcel box, but I haven't taken them out of their own box yet. So I might crack those open and use them for these pieces. They're much easier to store and stack on top of each other because box lids they tend to stack a bit too tall. It's a bit precarious. I've done it for this length of time, but um, in a way I'm glad you forced my hand, Sandra, with trays. Um, because I definitely needed to. Nope, that one. To start using them. They're brilliant. Another one. That one and that one are ostensibly the same, but that's darker background. That's slightly lighter. And you don't notice till you start putting pieces in them. It's like, oh, there's a bit of a difference there. It's a funny one for that. That's a wee leaf from that one. There's another one. I think that goes up there. Yeah, it does. It's a wibbly wobbly one. Oops. Sending them flying. So I'm glad I made a start on sorting some of the reds and oranges and things. I probably won't get to them quite yet, but I'm glad I've made a start. Got any others of those out, so I'll leave that. That's another grey leaf there. That's got some green on it. There, just on the very tip. But if I can get them in, I will. That's a bit of that geometric flower, and that is another transition. I'm just not certain. There it is. Just wasn't certain where it was. Um, it's in there. Just recognise the shape of that one. Okay. There's a definite transition piece there. Where do you go, though? That way? No. There. Right. Okay, that one confused me a bit. Because it's the ones where you're almost got like 4 patches in the piece. They throw me a bit sometimes. Because it's just all these patterns all next to each other, and it takes a wee second for my eyes to adjust. You're there. By the time I've taken all these out, I'm gonna have a lot less in here. I'm gonna have more on the board than I am in the box. I love living where I live too regarding weather, even if it can be windy often. It's good. That's insane temperatures. In 2022, when my son was a baby, we had a heat wave and 30 degrees inside. It was horrible. No, couldn't air out or use a fan too closely since babies can't take drafts. Yeah, I know. That is tough, isn't it? Love living where I live. I have to go now. We'll watch the rest later. Bye bye. Oh, bye bye, Anita. Thank you for being here. Work's calling. Great to be here. See you all on Discord. Okie dokes, Linda. See you later. I remember when I visited London, it was July, but almost all the time I was wearing a hoodie. Ooh. And my niece even asked me for a second hoodie because she was cold. Ah! Oh my lord. No, no, we'd be walking around in our t-shirts and shorts. Temperatures are very much a matter of perspective. Tasmania has a reputation for being very cold. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'd agree with you. I think they are. It's what you get used to, isn't it? And it is cold, but compared to places that regularly get snow and temps below um 0, oh gosh, we're warm. Yeah. Been watching John's videos of the around the world to familiarize myself with the image. Repeat cut likely to be utilized to complete the sky. Yes, I'm gonna have to refamiliarize myself with the repeat cut. John's explained it before, I know he has, but it's gone. I need it in front of me, if you see what I mean, to visualize it properly. So I'm gonna try and sort of learn what it is before the event. I agree with you though, Kimberly. It definitely is gonna need. I think we're gonna need the piece cut. I mean, that's one of the reasons. Just one. Won't it be so great if he was there? So in here, every summer we have temperatures above 40 for some days, and the normal temperatures in summer are 30 plus during the day. Gosh, yeah, it's really hot then. You again, Anna, is it here? Or have I remembered that wrong? I really like this puzzle. It looks fun. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's nice. It's a nice challenge. Hi, Tomaline. Just home from work, making coffee, then back to my Schmidt. This patchwork is coming together nicely. Yeah, it's really a lot of fun. I have to get some sleep now. It's looking good, Vicky. Good night, all. Keep enjoying. Thank you, Claire, and sweet dreams. Sweet dreams to you. Right, just as a little pile to go through, and then I can build a wee bit more. I won't get all these piles done, but as I say, it's nice to have some done going into next week. And hopefully I can get this finished in time for a live stream I want to do with another guest artist, which will be middle of June. I can't wait as well for the circle puzzle. What do you think of the Diddly Squat Farm puzzles? Now that we know what they look like and who the artists are and everything. I was like, I wasn't as familiar with Andy Tudor, who did the 1000 piece, which I can actually show you in a minute, because I do have a copy of it. But I was more familiar when I realised that he does quite a lot of children's book illustrations. Um, and then when I found out the 500 piece was Stuart Matthews, I was like, oh yay, because I loved his Crazy Street puzzle from Nationals last year. I really liked it, and the cartoon style of the artwork is totally up my street. I love my Was Gauge and all of that. Um, I was so happy to hear that it was Stuart Matthews, and I cannot wait for the 500-piece circle to come out. It's not been made yet, so we couldn't actually see it um at the event down at the farm. But um, it's such a great image. I can't wait to do it. Oh, there's that one. Been looking for a while. So I don't know. What do you think? What do you think of the image? They've sold out on the Diddley Squat website, or because at the moment the 1,000 piece is only available on the Diddley Squat Farm Shop website, and they sold out so fast. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I knew it was probably going to be popular, but I couldn't believe how fast it sold. I really hope they get more soon. But I am really looking forward to the 500 piece coming out as well. Just curious to know what you think of the images if you've seen them. That's one of those. That's one of those. And that. That goes in there. So that's going to be filled in with some of these. That's quite a big pile just now. So what I'm going to do, look, there's not many left in there now. Um, I think what I might do, I'm just going to leave those there because they're not really in my way. I'll transfer them to a tray afterwards. These I'm going to move into the box lid because I don't think I'm going to get to those today. Um, I live in Bucharest, Romania. Oh, okay. I didn't realise it got that hot. Yeah. See, I've never been, so I don't really know what my assumption was. Anna, interesting. I didn't know it could get that hot there. Thanks for the info. Yeah, no, I didn't either. So Clark, my biggest concern with the Dudley Squat farm puzzles is getting them in the USA. I especially love the circle image. I know. Yeah, so the the Diddley Squat Farm shop does ship worldwide, but they've put a pause on shipping to the US at the moment, which is so unfortunate. Um, and it does use the website does use the word pause. So how temporary that's going to be is anybody's guess, really. My hope, but I don't know for sure. This is a hope because I honestly don't know for certain when they're more widely available online from mid-June, because mid-June's not only when the circle comes out, it's also when they become a bit more widely available. So you can get you'll be able to get them from the Ravensburger site, for example. They're actually on Ravensburger UK. You can see pictures of them, but there's no sort of price beside them yet. So that's going to be mid-June. And my personal, what I'm keeping my fingers crossed for is that they will be widely available as well. I just don't know. It's the trouble really with new puzzles, and when I show them, um, it's rare I sort of know what the how wide the sales kind of reach is going to be. But I do know that the farm shops ships worldwide. It's just there's a pause on the US, which is such a shame. Because it does have a US following. I mean, it does. There's a lot of fans over there. I know because I put a post out about it, and I had a few people from the States saying, "Can we get it over here?" and things like that. So, um, you're coming along pretty good. Thank you, and hello. How you doing? Utter Chaos is such a good name. Oh, I know. Let me show it to you. Um, this is Utter Chaos, the 1,000 piece. Love the boxes too. Look at the boxes. How cool are they? So that's it. And like I say, it's totally up my street. Like the thing I really love, and I said this a few times. I said this to Andy, because I met the artists, both lovely guys. What I love about this kind of image is there's so much chaos and so much going on that when you just glance at the image or you just sort of look at the image as a whole, there are small things you miss. And but then when you start puzzling, you're looking at the minute details on the pieces and you start to see them. And it's like they reveal themselves all the way through the build. And I really enjoy that about puzzles of this nature. It was exactly the same with Colin Thompson puzzles, like Bizarre Town. I even at the very end of that, I was still seeing new things that I never spotted before. And that's just one of the things I love about that kind of artwork. Yeah, Utter Chaos. It's such a funny title. I actually don't know the title of the Circle one. And I saw a box at the place as well. I could have just looked on the side and seen the name, seen the name of it, but I never did. So at the moment, it's the 500-piece Diddley Squat Circle, but I'm sure it's got its own name as well. But Utter Chaos, yeah, no, it's perfect, isn't it? Morning, Puzzle Fam. Hello, Peggy. How are you? Seoul. Well, Bucharest is in the southern part of Romania. For the north part, the temperatures aren't that high. Okay, yeah. Rob C. Clark, if we were going to puzzle camp, we could get the Diddley Squat puzzles sent to the hotel. I know! Except they're sold out anyway. Well, no, because by then you'd be able to get them, because they've been more widely available. Middle of June. So, yeah, there's still time. Rob and Clark, come. Come to puzzle camp. Can I do some kind of hypnosis? I've not, I've not got anything I can wave into my eyes. Come to puzzle camp. You can get the Diddley Squat puzzles. See, perfect excuse. Perfect excuse. Not that you need an excuse. I mean, puzzle camp in itself is excuse enough. Right, so I'm going to put these bits in. This is these pink flowers on the right hand side, and I'm hoping that I have them all, most of them. So, well, so far so good. Goes in there. Now then, you're there. Right. Yes, this is looking good. So, um, have I got? Yes, that one goes in there. And that's that little bit. Mm, hmm. Okay. Does that go there? No, it doesn't. Come on. There. There we go. Where's that then? I feel like that should be so obvious. Why is it not obvious? Right, that goes in there. Right, hang on. Wait. No, you don't go there. Oh, you go in there. Silly Billy. Okay, this one's throwing me. It should go around here somewhere. That one goes in there. There. Right. Okay, that one I'm. Oh, that's an edge. Oh my goodness. Right, that's. Ah, there's my edge. I haven't found that one though. I guess I'm not really looking for edges. Okay, well anyway, one edge discovered. And that's those two flowers in. Aha! I'm so sad I'm not coming to puzzle camp. I know, me too. I was really looking forward to meeting everyone and getting to work on a giant puzzle. I know, I wish you could. I really do. If only time and money grow on trees, I would. I know, I know, I know. It's a long way. It's a long way for you. Right. What? I feel like that pile's too big for me to start on now. Maybe I can try these two because I'm fairly certain those pieces are in here. Um, I'll do that. There we are. Right. I'll separate them first. Yeah, goes in there. Maybe I should just keep them all together because I'm separating them. They're too far away from each other, and I can't really see what I'm working with. Um, go. Some of these are just yellow pieces that I've pulled out. These flowers are quite yellow. They're sort of orange in the middle, but I was able to kind of pick out the flowers as well, though. Right, that one's there. Some funny shapes. Honestly, the funny shapes stop me in my tracks sometimes. Okay, I don't seem to have any more. That's annoying. Alright, well, there's a few here. Let's see what I can figure out. There. Yeah. Does that one go there? Yes, it does. Right, yes, that one goes there. And that one goes there. Okay, so that's good. You're in there. So they are just sort of sitting. I think that's how they go. Yeah, I think that's how they go. This one does have some yellow in that bit there, which I might well be able to find in amongst this lot. Possibly. I also might not. There we go. That one. And then there. That's it. Alright, and then it'll be the same up here, there, and that one. So some of the centre of the flower, they're sort of too orange, so I've not picked them out. Um, which is fine. I didn't really expect to get these ones in, but they're going in, so that's good. I like the colours in this because it's bright yellow, but it's also got this bright pink as well. What goes in there? Oh, yay. Okay. Sometimes I try a piece and I'm convinced it won't fit, and then it does. And I'm like, yay! What a nice surprise. There we go. So that's that yellow bit put in. That's this bit here. And this one's, well, it's similar colours, but it's different patterns. So I'm not finding them quite as quickly. But that's alright. I didn't actually expect to get any of these in, so. And then the other bit of yellow is going to be over this side. Oh, there's another one down here. So same colours but different patterns. Like that one, for example, that's going to go in that one. Right, yeah. Making use of the weird shapes. But the problem is they don't stay together. Ah. Right, I've essentially got 3 sets of 2 here that just sit next to each other. Okay, they attach now. I feel like that should go there, but it doesn't. I think maybe it goes to the other side. Um, it's more red in the background. I think that goes over here. Ah, yeah. That's this one, but it's on the other side, and it actually attaches to one of these with the green background. I've got a few green background pieces. Not really enough. I don't know if I've got enough to be getting them in. No. Right, yeah, I'm a bit stuck now. I think I'm just going to leave that at that. But there's a few I've got together here. These two have come together nicely. So I'm going to just lift this off for a second and show you where I'm at. So this is all built, as you can see. Done all of this blue today. Um, managed to get those in. Finished this, filled a lot of gaps, and then obviously these two have sort of come together. I didn't really realise I'd be getting any of the red done today, so that's good. And I also have sorted piles. So this one here is these zigzag patterns. This one is, it's like purple background with blue flowers, those three. And then this pile here is that one, that one, and that one. So I've got, and then these, they're just more I could find with the green background. So that they're only going to partially build those up. They'll probably end up just floating like these ones have. That is these ones with the white. Um, so I've got a good bit I can dive into next week, um, before I have to do another sort. What do you think? I think that's good going. Good morning, Puzzle Fan. Oh no, I've read that. um, how's the sorting going? Almost finished for Puzzle Camp. I'm almost through phase two. I'm doing a chunk a day, among other Puzzle Camp related organising. This will be the first Puzzle Camp, but hopefully not the last. Again, I'm just gonna see. I'm not committed to anything. I'm just gonna see how this one goes, and then we'll talk about it. Is there a video you want hyped this week, Vicky? Oh, thank you for asking. I don't think so. I don't think so. I would like to get another Puzzle Camp video out very soon, but it's doubtful I'll get it out this Sunday. So if you want to hype anything, you could maybe hype one of the lives once they're done. That would be brilliant. Thank you. But it's the videos have slowed down a bit just because I'm so busy with Puzzle Camp stuff. I do appreciate you asking that. Thank you. Anna, do you prefer this puzzle or the pomegranate one with the hexagon pieces? Well, that's a tough question to answer. Um, don't know because hmm, they're both fun in their own right and for slightly different reasons. I oh, I don't even know if I can choose I don't know if I can choose one. The thing is, I like the odd shapes in this, and I like the way it challenges you. To me, this is the perfect level of challenge. It's not super easy, but it's not super hard. It's not, I can keep the progress going fairly steadily, and there's a bit of strategy involved, and it's not too easy, but it's not a slog. Um, I did think that the pomegranate was easier, but again, the hexagon shapes threw me a little. They took a bit of getting used to, and so they offered a really nice challenge. There was less pieces in it though, and more color blocks, I would say. Like, well, this is very color block, obviously, but that has less. It had less textures really. It was more sort of windows and things like that. So in a way, this one's got that detail that one didn't. But that one was a circle, you know. I enjoy shaped puzzle too. That adds its own element of fun. I really it's a great question, but I don't know if I can pick one. I love them both for different reasons. It looks really good. Thank you so much, Soul. Doing well. Good night, puzzlers. Thanks, Sandra. See you later. Puzzle Addicted looks great and great job. Thank you so much. All right. Well, okay, I'll wrap things up. Just to say, I'll be back on Saturday as normal with Disney Museum. I'm gonna try my best to get that done. I don't want to rush it, but I would love to get it finished before Puzzle Camp. I don't mind if I don't, but what I'd like to do is a little more sorting pre-stream for the frames, so I can just get on with the frames, um, and then it'll really be just wall to do. But I mean, even if I only have wall to do by the time we reach puzzle camp. That'd be great. That'd be a good target to aim for. But we'll see what happens. I'll be back this Saturday with that normal time. I'll be back next week with this normal time. And I'll keep you posted on all things puzzle camp. There might be some posts. I did just put a post up recently about the accommodation. So remember, if you're still on the fence about coming, or if you know you want to but you're just still not sure yet when, the hotel has released the holds on the rooms, so they will be free for anybody else to take up. So you can still get a room, you can still use quote the puzzle camp code, but there's not forced to be a room on hold for it. So just that's a fair warning on that, but there are other hotels, and if you need me to assist you with it, then let me know. My email address is in all of my video descriptions, all of my video descriptions. My email address is down at the bottom, so you can email me. If you're in Discord, you can contact me on there. Whatever's easiest for you, but I'm happy to help. And that is one big update that I needed to share with you all. And there's posts about that on both in Discord and on YouTube. So have a look at that and just let me know. Let me know if you want to come. So I can add you to the list and we can get a better idea of how many is coming on what days. And but I mean, if you don't let me know and you decide last minute, that's fine too. That's fine too. Don't think that means you can't come. I just, you know, I'm just saying we're just getting so close. It's 4 weeks away. So yeah. Right. I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much, everybody. Happy puzzling all. Please leave a like if you enjoyed it. And just thank you. Thank you so much for chatting with me. I always love my live streams. I always love chatting with you all and catching up. And yeah, I'm around. I'm around in Discord and all sorts. So just tag me, message me, whatever you need. I'll be there. All right, guys. Tatty bye.